firm is GP Schoemakers PLLC, not awake yet. And what we focus on is trust, estates, probate, and family law. Why did we pick these four? Is because all four overlap. You cannot deal with your estate and not think about your family dynamic. You cannot think about planning and then not having a backup in court. Or if you go through divorce, for example, or you have child support issues, these affects your assets as well. So that's why we have this bubble of these four areas. That's all we do. We don't do anything else. So if you want another attorney, there are plenty here. So I started in 2004 as an attorney in the Netherlands. I went to law school there, had my JD and an LLM in international law over there. Then I married an American. I ended up in America and went back to law school. So I have another JD in US law. I have another LLM in IP and technologies laws. I have one in contracts and business law. So with all this, I bring to the table what I want to do is because I have seen family members die without wills. I have seen people die with wrong wills and the fallout from that. What I have learned is if you do not plan, your family might not talk to each other afterwards. Because there's this saying, like grandma was the glue that kept everything together. Well, for me, it was grandma who made everything go unglued and nobody's talking because grandma didn't have a will. And I don't want people to go through this. So when we look at the estate planning aspect, we look at multiple things. We don't only look at your assets, but we look at your family dynamic. Of course, people like to go the cheap route, get a LegalZoom document. But the LegalZoom documents are not made as legal advice. If you look at the fine print, it will tell you, talk to an attorney about this form. A lot of people don't. Also, LegalZoom documents and other prepaid documents online are made for Joe Sixpack anywhere in all 50 states. Well, that doesn't mean that it will be right for your state. It also means it won't be right for your family if you're unlucky, and most people fall in the category we need to have a personalized plan. Because if you have children of a previous marriage, or you have different dynamics, you have grandparents live with you, you have, for example, healthcare issues or other issues, these need to be reflected in your plan. And if you don't reflect these things in your plan, you will go up and find hiccups. So when I talk about estate planning, I talk about more than just a will, because, well, the truth to be told is a will is a death instrument. It will have no other function than distributing your assets after you die. But what happens before you die? I mean, we are outliving our regular life by many, many more ages than the generations that came before us. It also means that we have a higher risk of getting ill. We have a higher risk of getting a cognitive impairment, which means we cannot make decisions for ourselves. If we cannot make decisions for ourselves, if we don't have power of attorneys, medical power of attorneys, or other documents waiting for us, we have to go to court, which means we have to go through guardianship procedure. Guardian procedures are tedious. Why are they tedious? Well, first you need to prove that the person you want to be the guardian over really needs one. You're going to file the documents, the doctor is going to file some documents, then the court is going to do an investigation, and then we have an annual revisit with the judge to see if you're really doing the job that you needed to be doing. This costs money, it costs time, and there are simpler ways to go about it. The other thing that we need to keep in mind is when we think about estate planning. Estate planning is something for anyone who turns 18. Because if you turn 18, you're legally enabled. Your parents don't have any decision-making power over you. So if something happens to you, they're not allowed to talk to the doctor or talk to the doctor and tell them what needs to happen to you. They don't even have access to your medical records. So if you want someone in your family to make these decisions, or close friends, or it doesn't really matter, they need to have these documents. The other problem that we face is with the way family dynamics are these days. Marriage is on the decline. People are more living together, and there are all kinds of other things going out there. If you are not married to a person, but you want that person to have these rights, you need to put it in writing. Because if your family goes to court and says, we want to make the decisions for this person, and the judge says, okay, because they don't know any better, that person that you love and that you really wanted to make decisions can be excluded from access to you. This might not be something that you really had in mind, but these are things that you need to lead into in planning. So how does the planning process work with us? We give people questionnaires. They're beefy. They're about 27 pages per couple, but it focuses you to get organized, because when you are not organized, your people that you leave behind might not know where your stuff is, especially in the age of digital assets. Everything is online, bank statements, passwords are online. How are they going to know what you have if they cannot log in onto your account? So what we force people to do is make an inventory where your stuff is. So even if you don't plan, if you have this list somewhere laying around, your family can still find your stuff. Because if they don't claim it in probate, it will go to the Texas Department of Unclaimed Property. Or it's going to sit there until somebody claims it, or it's going to go back to the state. I don't think we want to give our money to the state, at least I don't. So these are the things that we need to look at. What is probate? Let's touch real quick on it. There's people that want to avoid probate. We can help you avoid probate by doing some trusts, planning, other things. But probate really is a lawsuit that you start yourself as a dead person against your own estate to pay your creditors. It's really not a function to get money to your heirs, because that's not why it was created. It's created to pay off your debt. And a lot of people don't understand this part. Your debts need to be paid before anyone gets anything else. But part of your debt might be a child support claim. If you have a baby out there and you're on child support, they can come to court and say, well, my child is so many years from being an adult, it needs to be paid out of the estate. There are also things that complicate matters is when we have no will, but we have a blended family. There will be life estates for the new spouse, while the children really inherit, well, the property. The life estates can give issues. They might create frictions between family members. And the way I look at it, my planning really is family oriented. I want to make sure that your plan will work for you and your family will still talk to each other after you're gone. Because I mean, it's a big issue. People will stop talking to each other because they disagree on who got trinkets, labels. People fight about the stupidest stuff because they have memories attached to it. And they will spend a lot of money. I mean, divorce attorneys will know. People will spend 10 hours of attorney's fees fighting over a $300 TV. This happens in probate as well. So these are things that you need to keep in mind. I know I went really fast through the basics of this. I like to sit down with people. We do free initial consultations and we build estate planning on a flat fee, which helps people understand what the cost will be and they can plan for it. It also helps them understand what they do and don't do. I educate people from the point of education. I let my clients tell me what it is that they need or what they want and how to protect everything. I think the informed choices make the best solutions for whatever our needs and desires are. Having said all of this, I like to do question and answers. I don't know how much time I still have left. So if anyone has any questions, I will address them in a very educational way. So the floor is open. Yes?
Do you specialize just in cases here in Texas, or do you also span out over other states?
So I'm licensed in Texas. So that means for Texas law, that's the only thing I do in the U.S. I am licensed abroad, so I will work in Europe on business and some other stuff, but I don't think that's applicable in the U.S. Any other questions? Yes,
follow up on that. So if you live in Texas, but you have property in Idaho, for example.
Yes. So the way the states work is every state has their own laws. The state courts give orders according to the state law that you're in. Which means if you die in Texas with a Texas will, you will go through probate in Texas. But because you have property somewhere else, Texas law and Texas orders don't apply. So you need to take all the documents that you got from the probate court in Texas, bring it to Idaho, for example, and go to probate again. The revocable living trust can solve this situation so you don't have to go to court again. Because what probate really is, other than paying off your debt, it's asking the judge to grant the person of your choosing, the executor, the right to substitute your signature with theirs. Because when we have houses, we have real estate, we have cars, our signature is the one that bought them, but it's also the one that sells them. Without a valid signature from us or one that's approved by the court, we cannot get rid of this stuff. And that's really the reason why we have to go to probate. It's the reason why we have to submit a will to probate, because the court is going to be like, okay, this will is valid, I'm going to approve it, and then we're going to do everything upon this will. If you have a will floating around that's not probated, you are not allowed to act on it. Right now I have a case where one of the future executrixes decided to take the will, go to the insurance company and say, look, I'm an executor, and I'm going to cancel insurance. And the insurance company, sadly enough, said, okay. So we're in court, I'm trying to fix this. You really need to be careful what you rely on. If you are a company dealing with people that might have died, make sure you dot your T's, because you're setting yourself up for failure and potential liability from lawsuits if you act on stuff that's not approved by a court. I know I went off on Marilyn's question, totally in a different direction. Yes, Colton.
And just a quick statement. So I've actually seen her in action, and she's incredible. Her binder that she gives you, the trust alone is like about 100 pages, you'd say. It's the biggest binder I've ever seen in my life. So very thorough. Wow.
Well, the binders get big, especially if we're dealing with couples or if we have people that like to add extra protection in there. And then, thank you.
Perfect. Love it, Nicole.
I have one more question. So I always ask all my clients if they have a will, blah, blah, blah. That's one of my standard questions. And I, go on, you need a will, blah, blah, blah. And they say, well, Aunt Susie died and she did not have a will and she did not go to probate. So Marilyn, you're wrong. I get that a lot.
So there are ways, well, probate is a necessary evil if you have assets in your name. There are ways to avoid probate. There are ways to deal with situations when you don't have a will, like small estate affidavit or heirship affidavits. But when there's debt involved, or there's more assets involved, or where actually administration is needed, this will not be a solution. Blended families usually don't lend them to this because everybody needs to sign off on it. If you do not have a will, it technically means that you don't inform the court who your heirs are. If you don't tell anyone who your heirs are, your heirs have to go to court and prove who they are. And that's going to put a delay on there, it's going to put an extra money ticket on there, and it will add to a lot of frustration. So other people just get a will that's pennies on the dollars compared to going through an heirship procedure. But then again, we live in a free country. If we decide to leave a mess for our loved ones, we're free to do that. So that's pretty much all on that.